Good morning, all friends. In last session, we have discussed about the variety in number and shape of a cell. Okay, cell of animal we can say. Okay, from this chapter 8, cell structure and functions. So in this lecture, first of all, let's revise for the last lecture that we have studied in number of cells that the cell can be either the organism can be either only including only one cell, okay, and that is unicellular. Okay, the single celled organisms are called unicellular organisms, we can say. Okay, uni is one, okay, and cellular is simply cell, we can say. Okay, so that unicellular organisms. Okay, and one more possibility is more than one simply. Okay, so this how we are dividing. Okay, we are classifying this. So one more is multicellular. Okay, and we can say that organisms made of more than one cell are simply called multicellular organisms. Okay, so I hope this is clear to all of you. One more we are given for the shape of cells. Okay, we already discussed this thing also. Okay, that pseudopodia. Okay, after this cell of nerves, see you are given in the C, I think. Long branched nerve cell. Okay, we already discussed that the only function of the nerve cell is to transferring message, okay, receiving and transferring message. So let's study. Okay, let's discuss about this size of cells. Okay, so first of all, let me tell you that uh, there is no need to be bigger cell for elephant than a rat, we can say. Okay, it is never depend on the size of animal. Okay, it's completely independent of it. Okay, and there is a big variety. Okay, there may be a big variety in the cell simply because if you are seeing an egg of a hen also. Okay, then it is also one cell only. Okay, and after this you can see the bacteria also. Okay, the unicellular, we can say. Okay, so let's study. The size of cells in living organisms may be as small as a millionth of a meter. Okay, we can say millionth part of a meter. Okay, so simply when you divide meter into million parts, then one part is like cell. Okay, that much small the cell can be. Okay, or maybe as large as a few centimeters. Okay, I think. Okay, all of you familiar with that 100th part. Okay, is 1 centimeter. Okay, 100 centimeter equals to 1 meter. So uh, there is a big variety. Okay, we have already discussed here that either it can be millionth part of a meter or a few centimeter also. So, however, most of the cells are microscopic in size and are not visible to unaided eye. Simply, they need to be enlarged or magnified with the help of microscope. We can say, okay, by a microscope. The smallest cell is zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.5 micrometer. See, and which is the animal for the bacteria. Okay, in bacteria we can say the largest cell measuring 170 mm to 170 mm by 130 mm. Okay, it is simply, we can say, 10 mm equals to 1 centimeter. Okay, all of you knows very well, and that's why this is 17 centimeter by 13 centimeter, you can say. Okay, and is the egg of an ostrich. So you can simply conclude that how much variety it can be in the size of a cell also. Okay. So here you are given one activity, okay, in which you are given an example of egg. That if anyone will boil egg, okay, boil a hen's egg. After this, if you will remove the shell, then you will observe that a white material surrounds the yellow part. Okay, you may have observed. You can observe this in video also. Okay, if you are not vegetarian or non-vegetarian, then while material is albumin which white material is albumin which solidifies on boiling. Okay, if someone will boil the egg, then you can see that it solidifies after okay outwards the yellow material. Okay, so the yellow part is yolk simply. It is part of the single cell. You can observe this single cell without any magnifying device. Okay, so some cells like this eggs or any other can be observed with the help of unaided eye. Okay, we need not any magnifying lens. Okay, the size of the cells has no relation with the size of the body of the animal or plant. Okay, it is not necessary that the cell in elephant, the cell in elephant be much bigger than those of those in a rat. Okay, simply we already discussed that it not depend on the size of the elephant. Sorry, size of the animal. Okay, the size of the cell is related to its function. Okay, it's completely depend on the functions. For example, nerve cells. See, you already seen this figure. Okay, this is third one is long branched nerve cell simply. So what is the function of nerve cell? For example, nerve cells, both in the elephant and rat, are long and branched. Okay. They perform the same function, okay, and that is transferring message, okay, transferring or receiving message, we can say. Okay, so that's it for size of cells. Now let's discuss about cell structure and function. Okay, simply observe here that there is a big variety in size of cells also. Okay, and it's not depend on the size of the animal. Now you learned that each living organisms has many organs. You have studied in class 7. Okay, we can say in previous classes about the digestive organs, which together constitute the digestive system. Each organs in the system perform different functions such as digestion, assimilation, and absorption. Similarly, the different organs of a plant perform specific specialized function. For example, roots help in absorbing absorption of water and minerals. Leaves, as you have learnt in class 7, are responsible for synthesis of food. Okay, so we can say someone is doing reproduction. Okay, let's go with the example of plants. Then the leaves are for synthesis of food. Okay, some roots or some other part, okay, let's say flower is responsible for reproduction of plants. Okay, after this these roots helps to absorb water and minerals from the soil, okay, to plant. So each and every cell or part have a function, we can say. Okay, so each organ is further made up of smaller parts, which is called tissues. A tissue is a group of similar cells performing a specific function. Simply, okay, observe here, and I can say underline. You can underline it. Okay, it is a quite important part. We can say it's all we have to understand in this topic: cell structure and function. Okay, so that's it for today. In next lecture we will discuss about this part of the cell. Okay, cell membrane and everything. Okay, thank you very much and have a nice day to all of you.